Hello friends, it's Michelle here from Michelle Fleur Art, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. Journals! You can call them journals, you can call them sketchbooks, notebooks, visual diaries, whatever you want. I just call them journals because that's what I'm used to. But these little things are valuable, so valuable in the studio and just invaluable for your art practice. I use journals all the time, and I'm going to take you through today the ones that I'm using at the moment, which is this one right here. Yes, I have a lot of journals on the go at once. I tend to use them to kind of compartmentalize my practice because I work over several different mediums and often on several different projects at once. I need a space where I can consolidate my ideas on whatever I'm working on at one time. And so I can come back to a project, pick up a sketchbook about that project and go, where am I at with this? And yeah, I just find them really, really useful for that. So without further ado, let's get into this video and we will start with, which journal should we start with? Let's just start at the beginning, hey? Let's just start with my sketchbook, my everyday sketchbook. This one I've shown you a few pictures from before, but this is basically an everyday sketchbook for whatever I want to put in here. I take this one with me most of the time. At the moment, I'm using it for pen and ink drawing. That isn't always the case. I'm just really been into pen and ink drawing lately and over the past several months. So this is what I'm using it for at the moment. This is a moleskin and they're wonderful sketchbooks. I use them all the time, but I just love them as an everyday sketchbook. They have really nice paper. And so this is the paper. It's a bit thicker than regular sketchbook paper and it's got a smooth surface. So it's actually really great for pen and ink. You can get watercolor journals of these too, which are great. But I always have an everyday journal on the go. This could take me a year or 2 years to finish. I think I'm already over a year in this one, but I am kind of coming up to the end. So hopefully we can have a sketchbook tour for this one soon. Okay, next up we have, this is another moleskin journal, and this one I am using for my ceramics. I do a ceramic class on Mondays and we have to keep a visual diary for that class. So that's what this one is about. So in here I've just got, you know, visual diary kind of stuff, ideas for sculptures that I'm going to make and whatnot. We had to look at different artists, so I've got notes on different artists in there. I've got notes about the process and just anything that I want to remember from this class, because the class is actually about surface design on ceramics. So there's a lot of technical stuff that I want to remember from this class so I can write it down in my visual diary. I'm taking notes on the process, I'm taking notes on what's happening with the pieces that I'm building and just jotting down things that I want to remember. It's actually been really good to keep a visual diary again because I haven't kept a proper visual diary. Or maybe I have, I don't know, but not one like when I was at art school with, you know, different artists, notes on different artists and stuff like that. I rarely do that. I do look through artist books a lot and I look at artists online, but I rarely take notes and really examine the work. And I think out of this course, that is something that I think is really important and that I'm going to keep up. So it's been really good having this visual journal for that. Next up is, this is just a notebook. This is just an everyday notebook for me to write lists and remember things. So I'll just show you a page in here. Let me find one that's not complete mess, but something like this. This is just notes on things. I think this is on shows that I've applied for or want to apply for. I've crossed out ones where I've gotten notes back, whether I got in or I didn't. I have actually got in one, so that's great. Yeah, so I just write lists of shows that I'll, like if I see on Instagram there's an open call, then I'll write it down so I remember, because it's so easy to forget before the due date comes up. So that's what this is for, just general notes and things that I want to remember. So that's just a general one. This just stays in the studio wherever it lands in a prominent place. This one is another one of those just general notes and stuff. It is full of lots of things. In this one, I've just jotted down general ideas for artworks and things. Like sometimes I'll just have a random idea for an artwork that I want to make, so I'll just scribble it down in this book. It's good not to be too precious. Sometimes we can get very, very precious about what we put in our journals and books. Now that's why I find these notebooks are good with the lines, because I'll just be messy and just get it down as quickly as possible. Because if I forget to write it down, I'll forget altogether. Okay, so now we're getting down to quite specific sketchbooks. This is my ceramics ideas sketchbook. I've had this for a couple of years now and there's still plenty of pages in it. But in this one, I'll just scribble down ideas for clay work. So in here, I've got ideas for sculptures, just really simple drawings. So there's sculptural ideas, ideas for like mobiles, ideas for wall hangings, ideas for little trinkets, ideas for vases, just anything that comes to mind, and I'll put it in this book. And then sometimes I can just flick through it. If I'm feeling like I'm void of ideas, I'll just pick it up, flick through it and go, oh, I might try making that today. It's really good like that. And it's good to have with you when you're looking on the internet. I have a Pinterest page and I'll save things to Pinterest, but what I will do instead of going back to Pinterest for ideas is when I put those ideas on Pinterest, I will kind of sketch out, you know, something inspired by the thing that I've saved. And instead of going to Pinterest for things I want to make, which I think is dangerous because you can end up like copying people, I'll go to my sketchbook. Inevitably, it doesn't look anything like the thing that I saw on Pinterest. It's just a quick, you know, doodle sketch of the thing, and I'll go, oh, and then I'll start to make my own version of whatever I've seen, you know, and it's not a copy of the object that I've seen on Pinterest. And half the time I can't even remember what the original image was. It's just this weird sketch I've got in here. So I think that's a really good thing to do. I don't think it's good to go straight to your source material and then start making. It's quite dangerous. You're allowed to be inspired by other people's artworks. That is fine. That's not copying. If you see something, and sometimes you don't even know you're doing it, you'll see something out in the wild and you'll come home and 6 months later you'll make a thing and you'll be like, oh, this wonderful thing, I had this original idea, and then you'll see the image of the thing that you originally saw and go, oh, that probably came from that. That's okay. It doesn't, I mean, so much art is inspired by other art. Nearly all of it, let's be honest. Okay, so that's my ceramic book. Next up, I have my book for a project, which is my Hymn to Her series. And in this, I've got sketches of the images that I want to do on big paper. So these are like ideas, visual ideas for the finished pieces. And these are the really raw, rough sketches. I tend to just work from raw, rough sketch and then to paper. I won't sit there and do up little precise mock-ups. I'm not that kind of illustrator. I'm not that specific. I still like to work in an arty way, but I can take the basic premise of whatever is in this book and then go on to start working on a big sheet. And I might shuffle things around on that big sheet once I've sketched it in pencil, but generally the original ideas for the things I want to create are in this book. And there's a lot of notes in here as well, which go into the symbolism behind the figures that I'm going to draw or paint. So there's a lot of really good information in this book, and it's messy, it's scrappy, but I understand it. So that's all that really matters. And yeah, I've been really happy with this book, and this is a good way for me to hold my ideas. This one is a mixed media journal and I'm working on Australian animals at the moment. I like to have a mixed media journal on the go because it keeps my skills up, and I don't feel all that confident with mixed media, so I am developing my skills. I like to have a theme because I don't have to think too much about what I'm going to do before I get into the journal. So if you've watched my videos, you might have seen a bit of this one. I'm drawing Australian animals in it at the moment, and I will have a sketchbook tour when I finish this one. But yeah, it's for my mixed media work, or my mixed media practice, I should say. This isn't about finished work. This is about getting messy and being experimental and trying new things. So I'm having a lot of fun in this one, and I'm being really loose and really free. And I do like what's coming out of it. So yeah, I always have a mixed media journal on the go now too. This is kind of a new thing. I actually just remembered that I have a big mixed media journal on the go as well, which is for landscapes. And if you have watched my videos, you would have seen me start that as well. That is actually a giant book. It's a really big watercolor moleskin, and yeah, so I've got that one on the go as well. Wow, I have a lot of journals on the go. Okay, so finally, I'm going to show you my final journal that I have on the go, and this is a big kind of craft sketchbook, and this is for a project tentatively called Statuesque, but that will probably change. And this has been a project I've been doing for years now. It kind of pops up every now and then, and I think this is going to be a really long-term project. So in this book, I just have been drawing archaeological finds of Venus figures. So they're basically small figures of the female form from Paleolithic times and beyond, or you know, all different times actually. But I've been drawing those figures in here in pen and ink, and I do a bit of research, you know, just general research. I'll jot down, you know, when they were found, what they were made of, and yeah, I'm not sure where this project is going. It's a very wishy-washy project, and I'm just hoping it will come together one day, but I really enjoy it, and I enjoy the research side of it, so that's what this journal is for. So you can see that I use journals in lots of different ways in my practice, and like I said at the beginning, I find them invaluable. I actually need them for order. I find that having all these different books keeps all my different ideas in separate places, and I can just refer to them when I need to. It's really important to have a level of organization in the studio, for me anyway, because things can get quite chaotic in here, and that's why I love these books. I've also always been a journaler ever since I was a little girl, and I loved making books as well. I love stitching my own books and making my own books, and I'm going to be doing some of that soon. I'm going to France soon, and I'm thinking of making my own travel journal for that trip. Travel journals are another thing that I've done consistently. If we go away on like a big holiday, I will take a journal with me and record the trip creatively. It's the best souvenir that you can have. So yes, I am a big fan of sketchbooks, and I like to encourage people to have journals. I don't know if people see them as a little old-fashioned now, but I just think they're amazing. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you got something out of it. Let me know how you use journals or sketchbooks in your practice. Do you use them for writing down ideas, for doing messy drawings, or do you like to use them for more resolved work? I've seen people on YouTube, artists, use them for drawing finished pieces, and then they just scan the work out of their journal to make stickers or prints or whatever. And I think that's genius, because you've still got the original just in one place. I do like to do most of my work, my finished work, on separate sheets of paper, just because I have a thing for beautiful paper and it just feels precious to me. I do kind of like to romanticize my practice in some way, so using beautiful materials is definitely a part of that. Yes, thank you for watching. I hope you're all well out there, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, take care, guys. Peace out. Bye.